We are going to, we've invited, and anyone, there are many of you out there that are parts of these political campaigns. I sent an email out personally today to the Schweikert campaign. Would love to talk with Congressman Schweikert about this. We gave almost a full half hour yesterday to Ben Quayle. I want to be fair. I want to hear from Congressman Schweikert because the ads are saying stuff. We just got to find out about it. But here's how we start things off today. We've got information. We know that the economy doesn't feel like it's getting any better. All the reports are saying that, I shouldn't say reports, the polls are saying people don't feel as if they're better off now than they were 4 years ago. Unemployment is still very high. People are terrified about the deficits. And we have our friend Gerald Celente, who is the writer of the TrendsJournal. He's on with us. He's the guy from New York. He's got a great voice. He is very angry at what he believes the government, both sides. I wouldn't say that this guy favors Republicans, Democrats. He dislikes all of them. I wouldn't say hate, although it might fit. But Gerald Celente will join me here in just a few moments to open the show. We're going to talk with him, and it's not just about complaining. This is a guy that has his finger on the pulse of all things financial. He's going to help us kind of discern what's going on. I want to ask him about the latest TrendsJournal, tell you how you can get your copy of the TrendsJournal. So we're going to do that here in just a moment. We expect to start the show with him. So here's what we'll do. Very quickly, I'm going to step aside, and when we return, Gerald Celente joins the show live to give you an update on the economy and what you may want to do to prepare yourself. Always intriguing, always entertaining, always educational when he joins us. I'm Mike Broomhead. We're KFYI.
It was a bald-faced lie in President Obama's Monday news conference. See the video, see it happen, and then read the story explaining why it's a lie. The nearly famous Barry Young Show blog, KFYI.com, keyword Barry.
All right, it's all about the economy, but I shouldn't say that. It's not all about the economy. What it's about is honesty. I think it's about integrity. It's about telling people the truth, and aren't most of our rules based on we learn these things as a kid? Everything you need to learn in life, you learn in kindergarten. You know, don't take something that doesn't belong to you, all that kind of stuff. Don't eat the paste, don't wet your pants,
Always take a 15-minute nap at work.
Right. Drink all of your milk. No, but really, you learn to be nice to people. You don't take things that don't belong to you. You don't take credit for something that you didn't do, and you don't take something that belongs to someone else. It seems to be a principle most people live by, but when it comes to the economy, more and more we're finding out that isn't the case. When we have questions about the economy, and not about what's happening, but what's going to happen next, we turn to the TrendsJournal. And the man that produces the TrendsJournal, and really one of the favorite guests on the show, we get the most reaction from his appearances on the show, is Gerald Celente. He joins us again. Gerald, welcome back.
Oh, thanks for having me on, Mike.
It's, I always say I'm so glad that you're here, except generally when you're here, it's never good news. I mean, what's the latest? What is in this issue of the TrendsJournal that people need to know?
Well, they need to know the most is that the people that they're listening to know the least. And we have it all documented, a lot of it about the European debt crisis, and one lie after another, right out in front of everybody. And that it's the biggest bank robbery in world history that's going on, and the banks are doing the robbing. Anybody talking about the LIBOR scandal anymore? Nope. It only made the grand total of 12 minutes on the major news broadcasts on TV. And what does that mean? Well, your credit card, your house mortgage, student loans, just about everything is based the interest rates on LIBOR, and they were rigged. Period, paragraph, no ifs, ands, or buts. They're rigged. The stock market, rigged. They call it high-frequency trading. It's card counting by computer. You want to keep going on? How about that MF Global scandal? You know, the one in the commodities market, or Peregrine, the other one, where they rob customers' funds, and nobody does any time. The entire game is rigged. What everyone needs to know is that they are becoming enslaved by a small group of people. You could call them financiers, the politicians. Other people like myself call them crooks and criminals, thieves. That's all that's going on, and this Trends Journal outlines it in detail. The facts are there, and anybody wants to argue the facts with me, TrendsJournal.com, send them in.
You know, I'm looking at the Trends Journal, and the artwork on this summer issue of the Trends Journal is it's fascinating. It is Jesus driving out the money changers, except the money changers are J.P. Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Citibank, and the modern day bankers. How accurate do you think this artwork is?
How accurate do you think it is? How accurate does anybody who lost their house think it is? How accurate does anybody who gets screwed by the credit card companies think it is? How many people think it is that lost their house because of fraudulent activities by, quote, robo-signers? Isn't that a nice name? Robo-signers. Yeah, nobody was complicit in it. How many people think it is that gangs like the Goldman Sachs gang tell you to bet one way while they're betting the other way? How many people think it is when they read about the LIBOR scandals or any of the other scandals? How many people think it is when they took the money out of your pocket to make up a game? I got the name of the game. Too big to fail. That's right. These pigs, these greedy slobs, are too big to fail, because if you don't feed a pig, they won't get fatter. So what did they do? They took your money. Get back to work. Go on, get back to work. Work longer. They want your money because they got bigger. That's right, Mike. The J.P. Morgan Chase gang, the Citigroup crime syndicate, the Merrill Lynch mob, they all got bigger, too big to fail, taking your money, giving it to them. You think the story's accurate? It's been going on since the times of Jesus, and boy, it's way beyond what Christ could have imagined. And I'm not making this stuff up. Everybody knows the deal.
So when we ask this each time when you're on with us, I want to kind of get a picture for people when they look at things, because now we have an election in November, and I heard Mitt Romney make a statement the other day saying that if we stay on the track that we're on, we're going to be Greece, and we can't allow that to happen. Do you believe that a change in the administration, if Mitt Romney were to get into office, do you think that things will change, or do you think that it's the system and everybody needs to change for this to ever go into a different direction?
Do you think by putting your trust in the Bananas or the Gambinos, you're going to get a fair shake? The Lanskys or the Dutch Schultzes? It's all this is. It's a criminal operation. I got one for you. How about you being senator this, a congressman that, and you have insider trading deals, and you become filthy rich like Nancy Pelosi? Oh, no, because she's so smart and her old man is too? What am I, 6 years old? Look at the numbers over there. Go across Congress. You think these are bright people? They know how to do deals. It's like this guy Ryan telling us what we should do and how we should cut back. Man, the cat was born on Easy Street, and he's telling everybody what to do like the rest of them. It won't make any difference. Here's one nobody talks about. Not from Obama, not from Romney, not from Biden, not from Ryan. Hey, how about ending the wars? Hey, how about cutting back the defense budget? The military are a bunch of losers, man. They haven't won anything since World War II. What did they do? Dump $1 trillion in Iraq for a fake war? Oh, you remember those weapons of mass destruction and ties to Al-Qaeda that didn't exist? Sacrificing the lives of our loved ones for a lie? And killing 1 million Iraqis, destroying the country. Look what's going on in Afghanistan. How many more soldiers got to be killed? $43 billion we sent over there by these military contractors to train the Afghanis to kill our soldiers. Doesn't anybody get it? You have a bunch of psychopaths and sociopaths running the show. You've heard me say this before, Mike. The politicians are the same people you could not stand in high school and college that wanted to be class president and head of the student council. The brown-nosers, the suck-ups, the glad-handers, the overly ambitious, and the insincere. All they wanted is to go on their trip. And you could not come up with a better cartoon character than Paul Ryan, voted by his high school alumni, the people that knew him, that are more intelligent than adults today, brown noser of the year. I'm not making it up. They're all a bunch of brown nosers. I worked in Albany. I was the assistant to the secretary of the New York State Senate. The worst job I ever had, watching grown men grovel all day long to suck their way up to the top. It's called the political system.
Okay, so then let me ask you this, because I know you don't give financial advice to people, but when people that are listening, as you speak, people are nodding their heads while they're driving home in their cars this afternoon. But the question they all have is then, okay, what do I do? We're not going to change this overnight. We are bent on disaster. But how does a family, how does a small group of people survive what's going to happen and what's going on right now?
I'll tell you what I do, not financial advice. I've been buying gold, continue to do so, and I try to buy it every month. It averages out really nicely. I've been buying gold since 1978. At 187.50 an ounce. Today it closed at about 16.35. I believe that if it goes over 16.70, the next big mark is 17.50. After 17.50, the sky's the limit. Could go over 2,000. Number two, shop local. I break the chains. I don't buy Dunkin' Donuts. I don't go to Home Goods or Home Depot when I don't have to. I go to my local stores. I support my community. I grow whatever I can when I can. Right now, I'm not in a situation where I used to, but when I was married, we used to can over 100 quarts of tomatoes, everything coming out of our garden, and all my friends try to do the same thing. I don't spend anything on anything I don't need. And I would really think twice before you dump your money going to the college industrial complex to get a degree in worthlessness. Who in their right mind? This should be a criminal operation. It should be looked upon as a crime. Giving young kids, making them sign on the dotted line their lives away, getting out of school with $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 worth of debt that they're indentured service for. If you're not going to get an education, it's not going to bring a return on investment, don't waste your money. And also, create your own future. Find the greatness that you have. Everybody has it. Practice at it and become really well at it. And necessity is the mother of invention. And, boy, you're going to see it now. Now, here's something for everyone to watch that cares. September 12th, easy day to remember, the day after September 11th. In Europe, in Germany, the Supreme Court is going to rule whether or not it's legal for Germany to join all of these Eurozone bailout funds and stability pacts, and whether or not they're going to let some of their sovereignty move over to Brussels. If the Supreme Court votes against that on September 12th, kiss the Euro goodbye. It could be weeks, if not days. You are going to see a financial shakeout, the likes of which you have never seen. It's a big day to watch. I don't know the answer, but it's one that I really recommend people tune into. Okay, well, Mr. Celente, I have got to go to a news break, but the Trends Journal, if people want to find it, it's TrendsJournal.com, and I recommend that everyone go to the website and get the Trends Journal. Gerald Celente, you're a great guest. We hope to talk to you soon.